What's up with it? This Rook, and this is Game. So, I want to talk to y'all today about anxiety. Now, I see videos on people talking about anxiety, but I don't see a lot of videos of people talking about anxiety that look like me. So, I'm going to break it down. So, if you're going through this, you can relate. You might be going through this, you don't even know what it's called or what it is. And now you'll be able to relate. But if you deal with anxiety, if you don't have anxiety, or you don't deal with it, then this video's not for you, you know. But it could be for somebody that you know, so share, like, or do whatever you're gonna do. Alright, so the first thing about anxiety, let me tell you how I got my anxiety. I used to walk home, I'd get like a deja vu feeling, and it'd be like things weren't real. But then I would snap out of it real fast, and I'd be like, man, what was that? And I would just go about my day. And it used to stay like that during football. I would get nervous, but then it would be a little bit more than nervous. More like I need to touch something. I need to feel like it feels like this ain't real. And it used to bother me, but I would just be able to get through it. It wasn't nothing. You know, maybe I was dehydrated. I need to drink some water. That's what I would chunk it up to. But what was really going on was anxiety. And back then, no one ever even talked about this. And if I would try to tell one of my partners or something, they'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? They wouldn't understand it. So fast forward, I'm out of high school, you know, I'm starting to drink, you know, smoke with all my partners. We doing stuff, we hustling, we doing whatever to get the money, you know what I'm saying? And we young, so I say, you know, I'm 20 years old, and I end up smoking one of my partners, and one of my partners end up lacing me, you know what I'm saying? And if y'all don't know what lace means, that means putting something in the weed that's not weed, you know what I'm saying? And it made me snap, you know. People used to say, man, you need to, you know, roll with it, and they use words like that. But what I did, what you're supposed to do if you get laced or something, you probably should go grab some milk and drink it, you know what I'm saying, and it should calm you down, and you're supposed to chill. What I did, I freaked the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? And what I did, I went to go get some NyQuil. I know that sounds crazy as shit, but I went and grabbed some NyQuil, and that's what I used to do if I was feeling sick or not feeling good. I grabbed some NyQuil, and I pour it up or whatever, and I just go to sleep. So I got the NyQuil, and I poured more than I'm supposed to, and I drank it. Then I fell asleep, and I woke up, and everything was great. So I know I was fucked up, whatever. Fast forward, I say that we'll talk about that in another video. I'm gonna fast forward that, so we'll talk about it in another video. But fast forward, I woke up, and then I was so anxious, and I didn't know what that was. So you gotta understand, I couldn't even sit still, and I'm like, damn, what's going on? Blah blah blah. I don't know what's going on. And I had to go get some pills to calm down, and they gave me Xanax. So I popped the Xanax, and I felt good. Just not feeling good, but not 100% at all, but able to function. And when I would take the Xanax, they gave me 20 pills, I feel good. But right when that Xanax started wearing off, I had to pop another one. And so I popped it. Every time it wear off, and then I feel fine. But when I wasn't popping, I feel anxious as hell. So, fast forward, I'm getting low on pills. So I go to a psychiatric ward to see somebody to get some more Xanax, because that's where they told me to go. When I got there, I told him, hey, I need Xanax, because that's the only thing that make me feel better. The doctor looked at me and said, they should have never gave you this. I said, what you mean they shouldn't have gave me this? They said, nah, you can't have this no more. And I'm like what? So they like, the advice that they told me at the doctors, they said it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And I was like, what kind of shit is that to tell me? But they told me that, and I had one pill left. They wouldn't give me another prescription, so I took that pill, and they gave me a prescription for Lexapro, and I took that, and they said it takes 4 weeks for this to kick in your system. So I popped that pill, that Xanax I had left, and then the next morning I woke up and I felt like shit, and I'm so anxious, I'm going crazy. I instantly run to the emergency room. They're like, you're just, they weren't saying I was crazy or nothing. They just like, you're tripping. They didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, man, they just like, I told them I smoked some stuff, my partner laced me, and they just like, well, you know, you might be going crazy and stuff. Just saying all stupid shit that's making me even more anxious. You know, I ended up calming down, you know, drinking water, trying to eat healthy, you know. The next day, I go back home. Bam, I gotta go to the emergency room again. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm about to kill myself. You know, fast forward 7 days, 2 weeks later, I'm dealing with the same thing. I done been in the emergency room like 9 times. And then you wonder why emergency room bills sky high. You know what I'm saying? Back then I had nothing. No, what's that shit called? Medicaid, none of that shit. I had none of that. So my emergency bills were sky high at this time, and I finally get to a point where anxiety is. I talked to one of my sister's friends, and it's almost godsend, man. He called. She hooks me up with him, and she said he might know what's going on with you. And so I'm looking at him like almost like a godlike figure, because no one in this world knows what's going on with me, but he knows what's going on. He said, man, you're having an anxiety attack. I said, what's an anxiety attack? He gets down, he breaks it down, you know, what an anxiety attack is. And I'm like, damn. And here's this guy, you know, this white guy, he's telling me what's going on with me, and it's like we come from 2 different things. So when he's talking to me, I'm relating to him so much, and he's telling me his struggles with anxiety and what I need to do and how I need to do. He's like, first start exercising, you know, you need to do some breathing exercises. And this man talks to me every day for like 3 months, you know. And if you see this video, man, you saved my life. He talks to me for like 3 months, and he helps me get some exercise. He's telling me I need to exercise, some breathing techniques. When I'm having a panic attack, he's like, just call me. And so every time I'm having a panic attack, I call him, we breathe, and I calm down. And now the Lexapro is starting to kick in my system, and so I'm okay, but I'm not good. Every day I'm trying to stay alive. Every day I wake up and I'm thinking, how can I not kill myself? It's like literally that bad. And so, man, this goes on. This is really bad. Like, and on top of the anxiety, y'all gotta understand, I'm hearing shit too. So a little psychosis is plaguing me too, or whatever. And it's just going on. It's just real bad. But I figured out what's helping me, and what's helping me is a hobby. Like back then, I used to rap, so I was rapping and I was listening to music. Music is a very good thing that can really help anxiety. Put on some music. I don't know what it is, but it definitely calms people down. You know, so I got my music, I got my exercise, and I got my eating right. Those are 3 things that you have to have when you're fighting this demon, anxiety. So, fast forward again. I'm on these pills, I'm on this Lexapro, and it's just it's like every day I'm waking up and I'm just like looking for a reason to live or whatever. I get like, again, I'm gonna give y'all that whole story, that backstory. That'll probably be the next video I do. Just tell you when I got laced. So let's fast forward. Seven months later, I'm cool. I'm stable enough. But every day I wake up with anxiety. So when you experience anxiety, it activates the fight or flight in you. So when there's in danger, you either want to go towards it or you want to run. And it's the hardest thing because anxiety can come over anything. Like, I could be having this water bottle right now. Then I could be thinking about, okay, man, this like the stupidest shit. Like, yeah, man, this water's almost empty, man. Then I might get dehydrated. And then I could go to the hospital. And then I could end up dead. Oh, no, I'm anxious. I'm feeling like... And they say people that suffer with anxiety are very smart because they just think. They think a lot. And they just overthink it. And that's what I'm... And I'm talking about, this is affecting me in every area of my life. I mean, whatever I'm looking, I could be looking at my girl and I'm like, she don't like me. Or she probably cheating on me. And that can just get me angry. I'm just overthinking it. It's just not. So, let me give y'all some game. Enough about that story. Let me give y'all some game. This is how you want to deal with your anxiety. Alright, so if you experience anything of what I'm saying about the flight or flight, then you know what I'm talking about with anxiety. So this is the first thing that this is the first technique that you do when you're having anxiety. And this is called grounding. So you close your eyes and then you say, what do you hear? For instance, I hear the cars outside. I hear cars. Then I say, what can I smell? Right now I smell my girl cooking. Right there, then I say, what can I feel? And I feel something. I feel this table. Right? And then I open my eyes. And then it grounds me. It lets me know that I'm here, that I'm real, that it's my life, and I'm in control. It really works. Now, I promise you that works for me, you know? And I'm sure it could work for you. Here's the second one, if that doesn't work. A lot of people that have anxiety be so overthinking stuff that we literally forget to breathe. And I know that might sound stupid, like, cause right now if I wasn't breathing, I'd be dead, right? But you really forget to breathe. And you'll notice your mouth is not all the way open or whatever. So what you gotta do, you have to get oxygen in your brain. When you have oxygen in your brain, you can think, everything feels so much better. You can focus. Everything that's plaguing you goes away. Just breathing alone is half the battle. The third thing I would say is making sure you start off your morning right. Whatever morning routine you have, it's not necessarily exercising, but I like to exercise, right? But yoga, meditating, you need to do that when you first get up. Don't start your day with nothing else. Because once you do that, you're going to produce endorphins as soon as you get out the bed, which is going to make you feel good. For example, that's why we smoke or we drink or whatever, because we want the endorphins. The problem when you have anxiety and you're indulging in drinking and smoking is that shit wears off. And when it wears off, everything comes back that you were dealing with. You never get to process it. That's why I stopped smoking and drinking, because I need to process everything. It's cool when I'm drinking in the moment, but when that shit wears off, it is the most horrible feeling for me because I have to deal with whatever happened. So I would, if I didn't stop, I would continue to medicate myself. And the thing about medicating, the dosage is always gonna go up depending how whatever happened to you. If you get cut, depending how bad you get cut, is the more we have to do something about it. So something right now, I can start off, I'm drinking and nothing serious, and then someone pass around me next to me and that cuts me super deep, and now I'm drinking or whatever to fix that instead of processing and going through the whole shit. So those are 3 things that you need to do when you're having anxiety. And you can start that right now. No matter where you at, if you whatever you're doing right now, if you're smoking, you drinking, you on heroin, whatever you're doing, I don't care. Whatever the judge, you know what I'm saying? We all trying to get there, you know what I'm saying? So it took me a long time to get in my space where I don't smoke and I don't drink and I process everything, which has lowered my anxiety tremendously. The thing about it, once you get it, or once you're born with it, or whatever, however you obtain it, it never truly goes away. You can only make it small. You can't. But if you let it control you, and you let it just get bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you just want to end it. So those are 3 things I suggest that you start today. And don't be afraid to do them. No matter where you at, you could be driving. If you need to pull over the side of the road and do it, do that. You know what I'm saying? If you in the spot, you in the trap, man, don't be getting. You got a pistol on your lap right now, about to serve. I don't care where you at. They ask you what you doing, man. I'm breathing, because when things get gangster or the world gets hard, you always want to be ready. You don't want to be anxious. So that's the game.